It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day. Oh, hey. Wow. Hey, check out these 3 topics to use when you're self-reflecting, and you'll find that it's going to reveal some really cool stuff for yourself. Check it out. Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Cody Shattuck's Small Town Startup. Guys, oh man, I'm always having these thoughts, okay? I'm always having these thoughts about how to express this and make it understandable for other people to really get this thing. So what I'm talking about now today is how to self-reflect effectively. And if this is something that you've tinkered with before, you're thinking, okay, well, I don't know how to meditate. I don't know how to do whatever it is I'm supposed to do to get answers. Don't worry about that, okay? Just check this out for a minute. I'm going to see if I can bring some light to this for you. The whole point of this is, okay? The whole point of this is to be able to discover what's in your life right now. Discover what is benefiting or contributing to your lifestyle that you're pursuing, that you're working toward, and also being able to decipher what's in your lifestyle that's keeping you down, okay? That's not benefiting you. And so that can translate into things that you're doing, the fluff that's in your schedule, the people who are in your schedule who always seem to be negative, who maybe always seem to be bringing you down, keeping you back, not supporting you. And guys, most of the time, most of the time it's going to be people in your circle. So for instance, it's a hard decision, if your parents are the ones that are keeping you down, or if it's your buddy always saying, hey, do this, do that, what are you talking about? Maybe not supporting you the way that you'd hope they would. The point is that with some of your closest loved ones, you have to make compromises, but not giving up what it is that you're working for, but compromises to basically to let them chill out over here, to alleviate their pressures. And so when we talk about self-reflecting, we talk about getting into a quiet place. Okay, this is breaking your daily routine, the routine that you have every single day that you get caught up in, where you don't set aside time. You don't think about setting aside time to think about these things. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do, okay, this is the point of self-reflection. If you're seeking to make any kind of change in your life, if you're seeking to progress or level up in some way, shape, or form in your life, you need to self-reflect. It starts with this, okay? So I want you to think about, I want you to get out a notebook. This is essential. You have to write this stuff down so you can see it in front of you. You have to be able to see this. And I want you to think about what it is in your life right now, okay? Maybe the top 5 things, top 10 things, I don't know. But just start writing these things down. What is benefiting your current lifestyle? What's going to help you get to where you're trying to go that you're doing now, versus the things or the people who are not? I want you to clearly decipher those 2 things. And then there's probably going to be some stuff that you're on the fence about. That stuff, write down, because you're going to need to address that to decide whether or not it's going to benefit you or it's not. Clearly, clear as day, okay? The next thing I want you to do is reflect on yourself when you go and do this. What skills, okay, what talents, or what innate abilities do you possess, okay, that you can write down, that you can realize, acknowledge about yourself, because these are going to translate into what your strengths are, okay? And why this is important is because once you can find out what those are, now you can start to think, okay, what are the things that I want to be better at? I'm working toward this change. What are the things that I want to be better at? And so what that's going to tell you is, okay, maybe I'm not so strong in that. These are the things I have to work on. But by knowing what your skills and your strengths are, it can really help you to understand where you would best contribute and how you would best practice what you're not so good at and get better at. So you want to reflect on that. That's number 2. Okay. Number 3 is probably the toughest one, but this is super essential. I want you to sit there with yourself and I want you to think, okay, what are the hardest things inside of me right now? What are the hardest truths that I've been having trouble facing? Okay, think about maybe some of the things that you just put down in here and you're trying to forget about it. Maybe it's picking at you. Maybe there are things that are tough to face. That's the point. And I want you to acknowledge these things. I want you to write these things down and I want you to look at them. And then I want you to think, okay, there's a solution through these hard truths, and there's a way to get around these things without pushing them down inside of myself. And that's gonna build, it's gonna build a lot of crap that you don't want in there. Okay, and so a step by step, gonna try to figure out what it is you have to do to alleviate these things and to get past these things. Okay, so number 1, think about the things in your life right now that are contributing or in line with the lifestyle that you have or that you want, versus the things that are bringing you down, that have no benefit to you at all. I want you to cut these things out, man. As hard as it may be, I want you to cut these things out in some way, shape, or form. Do it gradually, do it slowly. Let the people down that are bringing you down, let them down gradual. Whatever you do, that's what you have to do. And so this is why it's important to really organize this stuff. And then the stuff that's on the fence, I want you to address those things right away in order to figure out for yourself if they're benefiting you or not. Number 2, I want you to really tap into what you think your strengths, your talents, or your innate abilities are. Maybe it's things that people have told you that you're good at in the past. It's better for you to self-reflect on your own, though, and try and figure out, okay, this is what I think I'm good at. I want to take this thing to the next level. I'm really good at, I have a talent in this. Really reflect on those things, because there are areas where you could go with that and really excel. Okay, really excel for yourself. So reflect on that, and then also on the flip side, you're going to realize, okay, what are the things that I want to be better at? And then you're going to notice what things you have to work on. And number 3, really, really, really think about those truths, those hard things that you don't want to face. You don't have to tell anybody about it. You're just telling yourself about it. Okay, you're recognizing that stuff. Okay, and by doing that, you're seeing that it's there, that it's down in here, and that you're bringing it to the surface, and that you're going to address this thing in your own way by figuring out what steps you got to take to get this stuff off your conscience. Okay, and when you can do that, then you've really started to get some answers for yourself, guys. You're getting the clarity that you sought out to get. And by the way, don't just do this thing once. You got to do this, make it a routine somehow. Maybe you do it once a month. Maybe you do it, whenever you have a really quiet moment or a time during the day, whatever it is. Try and make this something of a staple in your life, because you're always changing. You're always going to reassess what it is that's going on within you, and you want to keep up with who you are, so that your purpose and your direction and everything you're fighting for in this life is in line. And so if you're changing, by the way, that's a good sign. That means you're growing. So this is how you can self-reflect effectively. Do these things, guys. If this video was helpful to you, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, share it with your buddies. I will see you guys in the next one.